God never asked you to help everyone because not everyone in your life was sent by God. We feel guilty saying no. We were taught that helping is always good, but helping the wrong people goes against God's will and it blocks your blessings. Have you ever helped someone giving them your time, your energy, your money, even your love, only to feel used, unappreciated, drained, feeling like your kindness was taken for granted? I get it. For years I was helping a relative. Never once this person called to check on me or because they genuinely wanted to help. They always called because they needed something. The Bible warns us not to help these 4 types of people because they don't need your help. They need someone to carry their load while continuing in their ways. And number 4 is literally draining your bank account. Number 1, the dragger. These are the Debbie Doubters, the naysayers, those who don't want you to be wealth, to achieve success because of their small vision reflecting their insecurities. T.D. Jakes put it best. Giraffes and turtles can live in the same world but have different worldviews. The giraffe can be in the same geographical location as the turtle, but the giraffe eats from the top while the turtle moves through the grass. And ultimately what happens in the lives of all people is that they eat at the level of their vision. When you are a giraffe, you get criticized by a turtle. The turtles are reporting at the level of their view. And when you understand this, you will not be moved by what they say. Their vision will incarcerate you and drag you back to your lowest self instead of evolving into your highest self. A giraffe has a 25-pound heart that pumps blood through a 9-foot-long neck to keep that head at the top. If the giraffe lowers its head to the level of the turtle, it will lose its conscience and pass out. When you are built tall, you will endanger your position by lowering your perspective. You cannot explain to a turtle a giraffe's decision. We've all got turtles in our lives. Those who keep calling us too much, but in reality, they just refuse to grow. The Bible says, bad company ruins good morals. You will lose money, happiness, health, and your God-given purpose if you don't walk away from these people. Stay away from people with low view because they're not looking for help. They're looking for someone to dump their low-level report on, sabotaging your finances by keeping you small. Because every time you try to grow, they pull you back from your income, investments, and the wealth that you were destined for. But some people don't just drain you, they study you. Which brings me to number 2, the manipulator. These ones are sneaky. They don't want your help. They crave control. They're not obvious like the taker who you can spot miles away. They gain your trust first, a small act of kindness here, a gesture of generosity there, just enough to make you think, wow, they're different. But it's a setup. They're not looking to help you. They're looking to study you. Your weaknesses, your pattern, your generosity. It's the coworker that takes credit for the work that you have done. The friend who smiles on your face and talks behind your back. The person that gave you the finger yesterday and is asking for a whole arm today. Your generosity becomes their leverage, costing you peace, time, money that you could be investing in building unshakable wealth. The Bible says, evil people and imposters will go from bad to worse, deceiving and being deceived. And here's what I learned the hard way. Manipulators don't just drain your time and energy, they're blocking your blessings. They keep you distracted, second-guessing yourself, and spending time and money on someone that God has never asked you to carry for. They do not want your help. They want your access. And unconditional love does not mean unconditional access. Have you ever felt this way, like you're the only one giving? Boundaries are biblical. You are not called for protecting your heart. You are obedient. Have you ever realized someone in your life didn't need your help, they were just using you. Helping them costs you your peace, your health, your generosity, and the wealth that you are building for generations to come. When I realized this, I cut all the ties. I blocked all the social media accounts, basically disappeared from their life. When you start saying no to manipulators, you start saying yes to God's obedience. You start getting peace and clarity on your God-given purpose. Number 3, the all-knowing. It's always amazing how many people believe that they should help everyone because the Bible tells them, when they should be only helping those that are genuinely in need and those that are helping themselves too. The all-knowing is the fool that it's not in genuine need or willing to help themselves. But you give and give and give until your well runs dry, and when you need it, no one is there. Remember even the simple things like sending holiday messages to everyone, and then when you stopped, silence, crickets. No one messaged you, and for some reason, you are the one who changed. It's your fault. Well, my friend, Jesus stopped, listened, healed, and moved on. The all-knowing is the one who refuses wisdom and wants to prove they're right, who looks at your wisdom with rejection and they feel like they're better. They act like they know all the answers, but live in the denial of their own needs. They ask you how to get successful, and when you tell them, they do nothing about it except judge you for what you have accomplished. They don't seek true counsel. They waste your energy and time. Jesus warned us, do not give dogs what is holy, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you. Who in your life has eaten your pearls and never lifted a finger to grow? Maybe the real question is not, who do I need to help, but who am I helping that God has never asked me to? Your pearls are not for the pigs, and your energy is not for the fools. Remember, not everyone who asks is hungry. They just want your plate. Number 4, the dead seer. Some people are like the Dead Sea. Always take, never give, and what's left behind is salt, bitter, stuck, and salty. They bury their talents, suffocate their purpose, and when life gets hard, they don't reflect. They blame the government, the economy, their parents, their boss, you. They leave the things that can be done today for tomorrow, and tomorrow turns into forever. And when you help them, they don't say thank you. They say, finally. They guilt trip you into thinking that it's your job to care for them. And they actually cost you money and resources. Every handout, every unpaid favor, every sacrifice drains your actual money and keeps you away from the prosperous life that God has intended for you. And you probably know a dead seer. Jake, for example, worked himself to the emergency room. Stress, headaches, and blood pressure through the roof. A year earlier, his brother lost his job and moved in for a few months. Well, it turned into a year. Jake was working 2 jobs to support his wife and 2 children, his brother and his brother's wife, and his 3 children. He paid every bill and bought every meal. Some people take temporary jobs like Uber shifts, stocking shelves at night at Home Depot, or making pizza at Domino's. But his brother didn't. Neither his brother's wife. Instead, he made Jake feel like it's his responsibility to support him and his family. Then his parents moved in too because Jake was the only one with the house. He was keep telling me, it's the right thing to do. But here's the truth. Helping lazy and ungrateful, it's not compassion. You're getting in the way of God's lessons that only life can teach them. While sacrificing your marriage, your health, your happiness, your relationship with your kids, you're stepping in where only God belongs. Because when you carry what they refuse to lift, you don't help them grow. You help them stay the same. If they don't move, your help becomes their prison and yours. The Bible says, if anyone is not willing to work, let them not eat. Be honest. Are you helping them heal, or are you helping them stay stuck? Jake almost lost his health, marriage, and peace, and that's when he realized God never called him to save people that wouldn't save themselves, because you're not their provider. God is. So set them free to find Him. You're not called for saying no. You are moving out of the way for letting God be God.